Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm here with Stassi and it was requested that I do an updated top knot video because Stassi's hair has gotten very long since the last time that I did the video. I'm not sure if this is going to be much different from the last video that I did, but I figured I was getting ready to put a top knot in her anyway, so might as well turn on the camera and do a video for you guys. So she just got through her bath and she's looking all pretty, but we need to get this hair put up because it doesn't stay back like this. Of course not. It will be all in her face in 2 seconds. So the first thing that we're going to do is, or the first thing that I did was pick out the bow for the day. So I am going to be putting this bow in right here. And this one here, I'm not even sure where I got it from. But it's a pretty little black, white, and hot pink bow. I did get out my Ormco Penguin bands. I got 3 of these, 5/16 size. A lot of people ask me where these containers come from. These are the AMAC containers from the Container Store. And they are $2.59 each. I'm not sure what size this is, but you can look for the ones that are $2.59. These are the Ormco Penguin bands. And as you can see, I bought these in bulk on eBay in the 5/16 and the 1/4 inch size. The 1/4 inch is the Ormco Fox, and the 5/16 is the Ormco Penguin. And these are the ones I use when I do a single top knot, which is what I will be doing today. So I've got 3 of these bands and I set them on the side. And I have my rat tail comb, which is by Chris Christensen. So the first thing that we are going to do is just comb all of her hair back on her head. And you want to make sure that you make the part even with the eyes. So if you put your comb here, you can kind of see like where that part would go. And then I always just comb down on the face as well, making sure that we have a nice even little part right there in the middle of her nose and going backwards. So the first thing that you're going to do after you pull the hair back on the head and down in the front is we are going to separate the first section of hair. Now, she is on her grooming pillow, so you can see if she lifts her head up. This is her grooming pillow. And I have talked about this pillow many times, and I couldn't do her hair without the pillow. She is very, very used to her grooming pillow, as you can see. And if you look back at even our earliest videos as a little puppy at 12 weeks old, she was very comfortable on her grooming pillow, kind of from the start. A lot of people ask me, well, what do you do to get, her comfortable on it? I just kept at it. I would put her head down and just comb her, and then she just realized, I guess, that it was nice and relaxing, and she just, this is how she is. So I don't know if I'm lucky or if it takes just doing it a few times like I did, but that's really all that I did. So once you pull the hair or comb the hair back on the forehead, what you're going to do is you're going to take your rat tail comb and you're going to start from the outer corner of the eye on one end and then pull hair from the outer corner of the other eye, and you're going to gather up that section. You always want to make sure that you go all the way out to the outer corner of each eye, because that was a mistake that I was making in the beginning. I wasn't going out far enough, and the bow just doesn't lay right if you don't do that. So once you get a nice section of hair in the front, you want to make sure that you don't have too much. So I'm going to take a little bit of this hair and just pull it back, because you don't want this section to be too thick. You don't want it to be too thin, but you don't want it to be too thick either. So I'm guessing this is maybe a 1/2 inch thick, if I were to guess. But you want this area you know, like a nice part down the center or horizontal through her head. This is not all the way back to her skull. The back of her skull is about here. So you can see this is about halfway. So half of it in the front and half of it in the back. All right, so once you get that pulled forward, then you're going to take your comb and you're going to back tease it a little bit. Okay. Then you're going to take your comb and lightly smooth it out in the front. All right, can you see that? I know the angle is not that good. I have my camera on a tripod, so I'm unable to really, you know, zoom in because I have my hands full with her. But I hope that I'm explaining it well enough and that you can see what I'm doing here. So once you get it all lightly combed back, then you're going to grab the hair about 1 inch from the scalp and you're going to put your first band in. And I wrap this 5/16 band around 3 times. And that wasn't too good because I wasn't paying attention. So my band is not together. So I'm gonna pull my band together. There we go. Okay. The next thing that we are going to do is we're gonna take the back section and we are going to gather up the hair even with the outer corner of the eye on this side and even with the outer corner of the eye on the other side. So in other words, you don't want this section to be wider than your front section. And you're going to band this area, or you're going to gather this area all the way from your middle part of the head all the way to the back of the skull. And we're going to put a band in this area. And this area, I'm about 1/2 inch from the skull, I think. I mean, from the top of her head. I guess that's her skull too. Okay, so now we have 2 separate sections, the front section and the back section. Now, what you're going to do for this section is you're going to, the front section, you're going to take a small piece of hair from the back of the front section. Then you're going to take your left hand and you are going to hold the rubber bands while you pull up on this back section here, straight up. So you're pushing down with one hand and you're pulling up on the other hand. And you're pushing that rubber band all the way so that it sits flush with her skull. So you can see now that this has created a nice little poof. Now for the back section, you're going to do it opposite. You're going to take a front piece of your sectioned off hair, and then you're going to put your other hand on your rubber band. You're going to pull up with this section, and you're going to push down with this hand here to the scalp. So this is going to kind of create a back poof in the back of this section. So now both rubber bands or both bands are next to her scalp. Then we're going to place the bow. And what I do is I use both of my rubber bands on the back. I just feel that it's stronger than using the one and that the one doesn't get in the way. So I just put my fingers around each, around both of the bands. I grab the front section only. So I'm not banding the back section. I'm only putting this bow around the front section of hair. Okay? All right. So you can see that this bow is now sitting on the front section of hair, and we have the back section of hair that is totally separate. Now we're going to pull the two together. So we're going to put both of the sections together, and we're going to take our third 5/16 band. And we're going to bring both of them together and band both of them together 2 times. Now, one of the things that I was doing wrong when I first started doing this is I wasn't doing it like this. So what was happening, and then I kind of just make it go down a little bit like that. But what was happening is it was ruining my poof in the front because I don't know what I was doing. I guess I have to go back and look at my own videos, but I wasn't doing it this way. And so this was getting very, very flat in the front instead of having that nice poof. But if you do it like this, your bow will stay nice and flat on the head. And then if you feel like it needs to be loosened up from the eyes a little bit, you can take your rat tail comb and you can kind of loosen the areas around the eyes so that it's not pulling. All right, look how beautiful you look. All right, so that's it. So this concludes this short video on how I am putting Stassi's top knot in at this time, since her hair has now gotten a whole lot longer than the first time that I did these top knot videos. I hope you guys got some good tips. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comment section below, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you're having a great day where you are, and we'll see you soon. Bye guys.